Hello, Santos. I hope that you're doing so lovely today. I just want to first of all say thank you so much for your patience, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it because, oh my god, I know that it's been such a long wait, and I do deeply apologize for that. There's been so much going on. Again, I just cannot thank you enough. I'm very excited to get into your reading, and I can't wait for you to see it because your energy is so freaking beautiful. Oh my gosh, it is so vibrant and so colorful and so just radiant. You're such a balanced individual, and I love that. I love everything about your energy. I love how strong you are, how persistent you are, and just how pure you are as a person. I think that you have a beautiful story, and I just cannot wait to get into it, and I can't wait for you to see it. So we are going to jump into that right now, and you're going to see me drawing out your aura on the screen as I explain your energy and everything that I picked up on. And then at the end, we will do something really fun where I give you a mythical identity title, and then we'll put that title into an AI image generator to see what that identity might look like here in the real world. And I just cannot wait to get started. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So I just want to start off by saying how much I actually adore your energy, and I respect it. And it's so admirable just how balanced you are, because when I was looking at the colors of your aura, it's so crazy to me because every color was coming through. Like, I could look at a color, like yellow would come to mind, and I'd be like, oh, that's so you. But then the same thing would happen with like red, purple, green, blue, and it was so hard for me to like pinpoint exactly what color I wanted to use. And I didn't want to just draw a rainbow because that felt like kind of lazy on my part. But I didn't know how else to express like how balanced of a person you are, and how grounded you are, and how confident in yourself that you are. It was really cool to see. And I think if I had to kind of explain it with just the main colors that I was really feeling, they weren't even part of the rainbow. Like, there was this really pretty beige color coming through, almost like a rose gold. And there were other colors coming through, obviously the whole rainbow came through, and I'll incorporate those as well, but the one that I was seeing in my mind for sure was like this beige rose gold. And it came through, I think, because you come across as somebody who's very classy, and I don't know if this is the word that I want to use, but the word that's coming through is worthy. And I think that's just coming through because, like, you know your worth, and you're somebody who enjoys the finer things in life, and it shows in your energy. Like, I was specifically seeing like a Pinterest board of this color, and it had like a rose gold iPhone in it, and a set of rose gold and black nails that I thought were so pretty. And it's just like a very aesthetically pleasing kind of vibe. I also feel like the 90s could have been a really, I don't want to say monumental, but I feel like that era like shaped you as a person. Like, that could have been the era that you really went through a massive transformation, and it was within those years that like everything that happens in this time frame is going to make or break you, and you decided to let it make you who you are. And I think that that time was spent healing and growing and dealing with a lot of pain that you didn't have to deal with, like that you shouldn't have had to deal with, but circumstances happened to be whatever they were. And you handled it with grace, and you handled it like such a badass, and you are stronger than ever before. And you stand here today to be able to tell us what actually happened during that time, and what you went through, and how it changed you, how it shaped you. And it's beautiful, like the way that you evolved from that. It's truly the epitome of a phoenix rising from the ashes. Like, I just get this really strong sense that that was a huge turning point for you. But you have only ever grown so much from that point, and it's just so beautiful the way that you do it. You just how do I explain this? The way that you hold yourself is so powerful and so gentle at the same time. You have the perfect balance of elegance and grace, but strength and determination. You're a hard worker. You're nurturing, and you're loving, you're patient, you're kind, and you're funny too. I feel like you are so much fun at parties or just like get-togethers. But I also think that you can be more reserved, and whether this is intentional or not, I think that you've kind of learned to be more reserved because you are protecting your own peace. And that's valid, because, you know, I think that there has been maybe instances in the past where you said something in the past that somebody ended up holding against you or using against you in a manipulative way, and now you have the tendency to kind of question whether or not you can actually voice your opinion on things, because like you're just cautious about it, and that's totally valid. It's just because of past experiences you've learned to kind of be hesitant about certain things, and that's just a survival method, and that's totally understandable. You actually give off a lot of Scorpio energy in terms of just like how much you read the room and read situations and other people's energy, and you decide how safe is this and who's thinking what and what's gonna be their next move, and how do I calculate like what my moves are gonna be based off everyone else. Like, you are very calculated and very precise, and you have so much power in your silence and your presence, and it's just so cool. I also think that you have so many spirit guides. Like, you are so tapped in spiritually. A few animals were coming through, so there were owls coming through and horses, as well as cheetahs and any kind of panther, really. I'm seeing a house, like a small house with like a carport, and this might have been a house that you like. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place with this, but I'm picturing that this is the house that you did a lot of transforming at, whether this was in your childhood or whatever point in your life this was in. I'm seeing a small house with a carport, palm trees perhaps, and like beautiful, I'm hearing like wisteria bushes out front. I'm not even totally sure what a wisteria looks like, but that's what's coming through. And then like a little red car, possibly, and I'm not good with cars, so forgive me, but I'm hearing a sedan, and I don't know if that's a little car or if that's like a minivan. I'll have to look it up. I'm hearing Firebird also, which is funny that that's coming through, because Phoenix rising from the ashes is Firebird. But I had to look up what the Firebird car looked like, and yeah, this is exactly what I was picturing. It was just weird that the name of it came through, because I had no clue what it looked like, but this was exactly what I was picturing. It was like a little red car parked outside of a house that I could see palm trees and a little carport, and it was parked out like in the street. And I don't know where you grew up or if you spent a lot of time at this house. It just feels like this was where you experienced a lot, and a lot of those experiences really put you in situations where you had to decide if you were going to put someone else first or yourself first. And you had to do that so often. I feel like family was involved, possibly a sister or like a niece even, or your mom. I feel like just a female in your life, in your family, was impacted by all of this. And I don't know why this is coming through so specifically, but like you wanted so badly to be there for her, but she was making decisions that like just didn't align with what you were trying to do in your life, and you had to decide whether or not you were going to keep her in your life because she was family and you loved her, but she was making really stupid decisions, and you had to make that decision of like, am I going to stay here with her and be there with her and keep supporting her through these decisions that she knows aren't good for her? Does that make sense? I feel like I explained that weird, but I don't know why that's coming through really strong. But you did what you had to do, and in the long run, like, it worked out, and I feel like it was really hard for you to do, if that is the case, which is understandable, because like no one likes making those decisions, but sometimes you have to put yourself first. Family is family, yeah, but like if they're not willing to get their shit together, sorry, excuse my language, if they're not willing to get it together, like you can only help them so much, right? Like, they have to want to change too. I was also seeing a rabbit in your aura, and this reminded me of like a lucky rabbit's foot. I've seen people have those on like keychains and stuff, and I used to have one. My neighbor gave it to me for some reason. I didn't even know her. She was moving away and she gave me a box of stuff, and there just happened to be a purple rabbit's foot in there. For some reason that's coming through. You could have like a lot of energy tied to things from your past, things from your childhood. I can see like an attic with just boxes, and it's collecting dust, and there's so much that means so much to you in these boxes, and understandably so. But I also think maybe there's a fear of looking in those boxes, and I'm not telling you at all that like you need to get rid of them or anything, but I think that it might be worth looking into those boxes just to see like what memories come through for you, and are they good memories, are they bad memories? And these might not even be like physical real boxes. Like, this could be little pockets in your subconscious of things from your past that just kind of got buried away, and maybe there was something that happened in your past, or like a series of events that happened that you worked through, but I think that you perceived them in a way that like made you feel ashamed of the way that you handled it almost. And if you worked through the shame of that, I think you were working through the wrong emotion. Does that make sense? It's really crazy how this is coming through, because like, let's say that there was like something in the family that, you know, you stood up for yourself because somebody was like putting all the blame on you, and you just kind of accepted that blame and then had to work through the shame of that. But you still held on to it because you know that it wasn't your fault. You know that there was nothing to be ashamed of. Like, that wasn't you, but you internalized it as something to be ashamed of because that's how everybody painted you out to be. Like, everyone made it seem like it was your fault, so you just accepted that instead of trying to reason with them and tell them, like, that's not what happened. So you worked through the shame that wasn't ever supposed to be there. I really do think that you handled things with a lot more grace than you give yourself credit for. Like, I don't feel like you got enough recognition for dealing with some of the things that you had to put up with. And I think it's okay to like take time, set aside the time to give yourself that appreciation and that recognition, because you have earned it. And before I mention this next part, I'm gonna go ahead and just let you know that this is your finished aura. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. I freaking love it. It is so vibrant and so just beautiful. Like, your energy brings me so much joy and so much energetic relief. I can't even explain that any other way. Like, I just love your energy. I love everything about you. And honestly, like, I can see like crowns almost. You have just this royal presence and divine aura. I can't explain it. It's just heartwarming and I love it. But I also wanted to throw in here, going back to what I was saying about like the old memories, I was being reminded of this song. It's one of my favorite songs. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. The band is Rehab, and the song is called Last Tattoo. And in the chorus, the lyrics say, "This will be my last tattoo, to cover the memory of someone I thought I'd always need. Cover her name with a smoking gun, make it hurt as much as possible and make it bleed." And honestly, this fits so well with what I was trying to explain about like the memories and just like wanting to be done with them and not wanting to remember them. And it is really intense in these lyrics when he says make it hurt as much as possible. I think that is really representative of just how badly you want to be done with the past, and like you've moved on, you're a new person, and you are ready to face new pain if it means forgetting that old pain. And it's beautiful, but it's tragic, and it's badass though. I will say that your energy is so cool. And I respect it. I respect the hell out of it. I'm cussing a lot in your reading, and I'm very sorry. I hope that it's not a problem. I'm so sorry if it is. It just feels comfortable, and I feel like, I don't know, I don't have to censor myself so much around you, and I don't know, I appreciate you. Closing thoughts, I would just say, like, first of all, I am so proud of you. Like, I just feel like you don't hear that enough, and you should, because your past really did shape you, and you shaped yourself based on the decisions that you made in those moments that could have broken you. Ooh, that felt really good saying that. Like, I felt your power coming through. I felt that moment that you made the decision to be the best version of yourself. I felt it when you had to wake up every morning and choose yourself when it was hard because there was someone else that you could have helped or that had bad intentions with you, but you wanted to help them either way because of who you are as a person. Like, that's just in your nature. But you knew that it would break you to enable them and keep them on a path of self-destruction. You would be betraying yourself by helping them. I don't know why that is coming through so strong, but like, I just feel like there was somebody, oh, a name is coming through. It's either Cece or Sissy, like a sister. Also, this is random, but I'm getting an image, or like I'm being reminded of a character from the show NCIS New Orleans. New Orleans could be significant to you, but there is a character in that, I'll have to remember her name. I think it's it's Agent Gregoria. I think that's right. I'll have to insert a clip in here of her because her energy is so cool, and I feel like you guys are like the same person.
Did you not do one dish while I was gone?
You want this sauce on the plate or on your head?
That's my food.
Yeah, we had it for dinner last night.
Yeah, and then I brought it in this morning.
Thank you. It's delicious.
So sorry.
That's gross. You know that, right?
Well, that's my food.
That's my fork. And do yourself a favor. Be a good, supportive son, okay?
I just need you to be a good sport.
But I do think there's someone great out there waiting for a wonderful, smart, funny guy to come into her life.
Me?
You?
Yeah.
And when that happens, you're gonna have to fight me for a house because it's a sick house and I want it.
I bought the
Yeah,
house.
but I pay just as much rent.
You're my tenant.
Yeah,
That's
but
how that works.
you get the cool girl.
You could have a cool girl, too. You just said you're happy as
What
you
about
are.
me?
I'm just gonna chill
now
out
I'm
in a
annoyed.
moo-moo.
Get out of my face.
All right, now let's get started with your mythical identity title. I'm going to spin this first wheel once and the second one twice. Ooh, okay, so we have Visionary of, let's spin the second wheel. Okay, so we have Visionary of Light, and spin it one more time. Oh my gosh, I love that. So we have Visionary of Light and Depth. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to tell you why I love that. But first, we are going to put that title into an AI image generator to see how that identity would look here in the real world. And I'm so excited. It's going to be so cool. So without further ado, here is the Visionary of Light and Depth. I'm obsessed with this for so many reasons. First one being, she is gorgeous. She's just a bombshell. Oh my god, she is fierce, she's beautiful, she is elegant and strong and just radiant, like your energy. I love it. But I also love the idea of being the visionary of light and depth, because that gives the message that there is no darkness. There is only depth. And I feel like you see life this way. After everything that you've been through and every journey that you've been on, every lesson that you've learned, you know that there's only growth that comes from quote-unquote darkness. And you don't like to see it as darkness. You like to see it as learning periods and depth, because you're always gaining something from it. It's always happening for a reason, and everything has a purpose. And I think that's so beautiful. You don't like to see things as like shadow sides, or you don't believe in darkness or evil. You see it as just a different perspective, and you can learn things from that perspective. And how are you going to come back from that depth with a new changed perspective? How are you going to grow from being in that moment? I think that's so beautiful. I think this aura turned out beautiful. The identity is beautiful. I think you're beautiful. And I'm just so happy I got to read your energy. And I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on it. So I'll go ahead and send this over now. And yeah, I hope that you have a day as beautiful as you. And we will talk soon. Bye!